The Haines Glacier Bears and East High T-Birds met in Saturday's third-place game at the 32nd Annual Service Cougar Tip Off. Cristiano Lopez got the T-Birds on the board first with a 3-ball. Tyler Swinton tried to tie it up at the other end, but Brandon Haxton bailed him out with an offensive rebound, a power dribble, and a baby hook. It's a 3-2 ball game. East would score often in transition. Here they used 2 passes to get the ball to the baseline, where Matthew Hardwick finishes strong for the 5-2 lead. Edward Velasson grabs an offensive rebound on East's following possession, feeds Michael Bond, who finishes and draws the foul. The 3-point play makes it an 8-4 ball game, the T-Birds on top. Again in transition, Xavier Johnson feeds Emmanuel Lopez, who finishes for the 10-4 lead. Later, East will get a Jared Laws 3-ball off of a textbook inbounds play. Cristiano Lopez with the screen down, Laws with the stroke, East up by 10. Haynes Logan Simpson hits Devin Broughton on the fly pattern to cut the T-Bird lead to 8. Still first quarter action. In the half court, Jared Laws drives into the lane and gets the rock to the X-Man, Xavier Johnson, for a bucket. But once again, Devin Broughton gets down the floor and takes a Tyler Swinton pass for an easy bucket. The T-Birds are still up by only 8. Later, Edward Velasson would extend East's lead to 15 with a clean look from 3. And then Velasson would feed Austin Dowd off the pick and roll. Dowd would finish on the second try. With Haynes trying to take the last shot of the first quarter, Dowd would pick up 2 more, anticipating this pass at the top of the key and finishing at the other end to stretch East's lead to 21 points. Devin Light will try to get off this last second shot in the first quarter. Well, he does, but it's not going to fall. 30-9 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter action, first possession. Dowd stays hot, hitting the 3-ball off the screen and relocate. 7 points for Dowd on the afternoon. Dalton Ames pushes the ball up the floor, feeds Jesse Vinilau. East up by 24. Once again, Devin Broughton gets under East's defense. Haynes will rotate the ball well. Justin Swinton delivers, and Broughton finishes underneath. Then Haynes gets the lead down to 18 with the high-low pass from Tyler Swinton to Brandon Haxton, and Haynes is staying tough in this ball game. After an East bucket, Tyler Swinton scores a 3-ball, 3 of his 13 on the afternoon, and Haynes staying tough. But Xavier Johnson gets a putback bucket. East back up by 19. Braxton answers on the other end, and the lead's down to 17. Brandon Haxton continues to make an impact, getting down the floor for another putback, and all of a sudden it's a 14-point ball game. But East Cristiano Lopez would get it back up to 19 a couple possessions later with a bucket and a foul on the baseline. He'd complete the 3-point play. It's a 19-point ball game, East on top. Haynes would get a gift heading into the locker room as Devin Light drains a deuce, but it appears to have been put up after the buzzer. Anyhow, East 46, Haynes 29 at the half. Second half action, Edward Velasson, player of the game, would get East back on track, slicing down the lane for 2, and picking up a steal in transition and getting back through the lane again. Tyler Swinton tries to answer for the Glacier Bears, but Michael Bond gets the ball up the floor to Matthew Hardwick. He finishes. East lead is now up to 25. Then Jared Laws drains a long deuce, gets East up by 27. A little later, the X-Man takes a pass from Velasson and strokes the 3-ball. Once again, Velasson, player of the game, 4 assists on the afternoon, 13 points for the X-Man, Xavier Johnson. Haynes would put together a little run. The Swinton brothers work a little give and go. Justin feeds, Tyler finishes. Brandon Haxton scores 2 more of his game-high 15 points down low, then gets up ahead of the floor to take a pass from a slashing Tyler Swinton. The East lead was down to 21 points at this point, but that's as low as it would go. Haxton getting away with the dribble there, shooting over the defender. Once again, the lead's down to 21. More give and go, Emmanuel Lopez to Matthew Hardwick and back. Then Christian Lopez swipes the inbound pass, feeds Jared Law, who finishes. And then the X-Man, Xavier Johnson, puts the finishing touches on East's 70-46 victory. Johnson scored 13 in the win and averaged 13 a game on the weekend for 39 points, leading all East scorers. Edward Velassan earns Player of the Game honors with 11 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals. East takes third place at the 32nd Annual Service Cougar Tip Off. 3A Haines earns respect from the Cook Inlet Conference, beating Chugiak by 3 on the opening night, battling back in a 9-point loss to Eagle River, and playing hard to the end in a 24-point loss to East. Haines finishes 5th in the tourney. Once again, the final score, the East High T-Birds 74, the Haines Glacier Bears 52.